What's up, everybody? It's White Boy Lockdown Radio. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. You know, we're talking about COs a little bit here and there. When you're in the chain gang, you're going to have to you just respect the fact that this is what it is, you know. Sometimes in the genre, I see a lot of, expose the corruption and this and that. But at the end of the day, you're in there. And you gotta, just like everything else, man, you gotta know how to deal with the punches, and deal with a bad situation. It is what it is. I have a lot of run-ins with COs, you know what I mean? And now that we're talking about them a little bit, prisons, you're stuck, but when it comes to COs, some of them stand out. Some of them you never forget, There was a dude, I'm going to speak about two different ones on this video right here. There was a dude, it was a Sarge, man, and this dude, he got it when it came to prison, man. He had a way, just with his words, how to get to people in there. And what I mean by that is, like, there was a few times where the dorm was flipping, and I'm talking about straight uproar in this dorm, and he would be able to peep it. He was one of those COs that was up on beat. He knew what was going on, but instead of putting you in confinement, he would talk to you, man, and he would pull you aside if he saw you slipping. He'd pull you to. He would know if you wanted to go crash somebody. You know what I mean? He knew what was up with the white dudes. He knew what was up with everybody. Okay, but the way that he came across and said things, his communication, which I always talk about, is how he kind of like veered situations in there. Now, I remember he would say two different things. He would say one time the dorm was crazy, and he'd walk in and he'd say things like, "Hey, man," he would say, he's yelling at count where everyone's quiet. He said, "Hey, man, just because you guys are in prison and inmates doesn't mean you have to act like you are." Stuff like that. Or he would say something, one time he was making a dorm announcement, and he said, you guys are not stupid. He goes, "You guys have literally figured out ways. You're out there. You manipulate ways. You manipulate, every part of the system. You break things down." He's like, "There's laws in place." He's like, you guys will break around the laws and dissect stuff. He's like, "You're not stupid. If you can do all that, then just follow the rules." You know what I mean? And things like that, man. And shout out to that CO, man, because just the way that he would word things, man, he could diffuse situations. But that's one example, man. I'm going to give you a story about a crazy CO that I used to know, and I really wanted to tell this story a long time ago, but I had to do my research on this, man, and he's not around anymore, so it doesn't reflect for me to say this or put his name out there. So I did do my research, because I do have a couple COs that watch the channel, and I'm not one of these channels that are exposing the corruption and this and that. Hey, listen, I don't care what happens in there. If there's corrupt COs, and there's corrupt COs everywhere. Boy, I'm not Captain Save a CO over here. It's White Boy Lockdown. I don't care. Listen, COs do things, good and bad, and you have to know how to work with it. You know how to be like, okay, if it's good, let me go over here. It's good. If it's bad, you have to be able to be cool with him too. There's always the dick. You have to be cool with the dick. You know what I mean? You have to be, just have to work it, man. I don't know. I'm a convict. But anyway, Hester. Now, Hester was shot out. Okay? Hester was, I don't even know how to explain Hester, but Hester he was shot out. He would do things like, some of his sayings were hold the noise down. He would just walk around the dorm, and he would always say, "Hold the noise down. Come on, you got to hold it down. You got to hold it down." You could literally ask him for anything. Hey, CO Hester, can I have a request? Hold the noise down. You got to hold it down. Hold it down. Hold the noise down. He would do things like that, but he would also play pranks. Man, this dude was shot out. I'm trying to tell you, he would come in, and all the brothers would be watching a basketball game, and he has a controller. He'd put the religion channel on. So, they're all up there watching the basketball. Come on, Kobe, yeah, do it. Come on, man, Hester, stop playing, man, stop playing. And he'd laugh. It was funny. How can I not like that guy? It was awesome. But he got me one time. Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Hester now because he was shot out. He comes on shift, okay, and he does the exact thing that I just said. He changes the ball game to the religion channel. But I went to the window because with Hester, somebody put me on beat about Hester. I could give him, he liked to read religious stuff. And in the chain gang, there's pamphlets and everything going on. It's a non-ending supply of religious pamphlets and stuff like that. So I would give him stuff to read for his shift. Hey, it was what it was. That's what he liked to do. But literally, I'm walking to the window. I ask Hester, I'm about to give him a pamphlet, and it's a plexiglass right here with a little thing. You got a little cut down there. You can talk sideways through. So my hands are here. I'm kind of like sideways talking to him, and I'm like, hey Hester, I got some pamphlets. He's like, watch this, and he clicks the religion channel on, and they're like, amen, and he's just like, and he's looking at me laughing, and it's funny. So I'm like trying to get the request for him. He's like, watch this. And I see him do it. I start cracking up. Naturally, I crack up. And the brothers turn around and they're like, hey, man, come on. Big Matt, man, stop playing with the cracker, man. Come on, man. I'm trying to play. Hester just tied me in with something. From the outside looking in, it looks like I'm like, hey, man, go ahead. Put the religion channel on right now. And I'm sure they thought that, but I didn't care. The dude was shot out. You just imagine, turning around all mad because you got money on the game and then thinking that I'm telling him to put the religion channel on. And I didn't that time, but I would always be like, Hester, put the religion channel on. Because it was funny to watch them get all mad. It's funny. The first time I ever had deer meat was Hester, okay? Hester called me to laundry one time, He's like, you ever had the deer meat? This is venison. And I'm like, nah, I ain't never had it. He's like, first time in chain gang. Hester was the one who put me on beat about stamps. Do something, whatever. I had to make this one right here I wanted to tell you because this video here, I had to do my homework on this one, you know what I mean? But, Hester, man, was shot out. What's going on, bro? Hey, sorry about that. Back to Hester, man. Hester was a cool CO, man. He was shot out, man. When I say he would say, hold the noise down, he would do it to the other COs, man. This guy was shot. So, it would be funny to watch him change the religion channel onto the brothers. When he shut people down, he is shot out. He hated when people sagged their pants. He would go get a belt and make you do it. I don't know what was going on, Hester, man. He has cool people. He's cool people, man. You meet some COs, man, that are straight up nasty. You meet some real corrupt COs in there, I've said things on the channel before where they kept making confinement longer than that. But listen, this is prison. You know what I mean? This is prison. It is what it is, man. But man, listen. Hester was a funny dude, man. I got a lot of CO stories. I'm gonna be telling some more. You know what I mean? Correction officers, man. If you go to prison, you have to deal with them. You gotta know how to get around things. You gotta know how to, you gotta know how to fish on them. You know what I mean? The women COs, you know what I mean? Hey, look, I'll get there and what happened, but it seems like everyone bagged one on the prison genre. But the truth be told, man, you're in prison, man. You got to deal with things that you never have to deal with before. You have to see things you've never seen. It's almost like you're on another planet. It literally is. You might call where the time zone that you're in prison at, is different than where your home is at on the streets. It's a different planet. You have to learn how to adapt, man. Listen, it's White Boy Lockdown Radio. We're gonna start talking about some COs here, man. We're bouncing around here and there. Make sure y'all hit the join members. I only have a few members. Let's get the members guys up, guys. Let's go. Like, comment, share. Definitely comment. And until the next one.